Alright, so for this experiment or sensory activity, we are going to be using an ice cube tray and 3 different colors of paints. And what I'm going to do for each one is I'm going to add paint into the bottom of the ice cube tray. Just a bit, doesn't matter really how much you put. So I'm going to do 3 for each color. And then what I'm going to do after is I'm going to add water to it. Enough so that it's, a good amount of water. Not all the way full. And then I'm going to put it in the freezer until they're about partially frozen, so I can stick different tools in them. I'm going to use popsicle sticks for mine just because they're easy for kids to hold on to. So it's a good kind of tool to use. But you could use anything. You could use Q-tips if you wanted to, or you could use actual paintbrushes if you had little paintbrushes for the kids. Oops, and I'm making a mess, but that's okay. So I'm going to do all 3 colors. And you're just putting enough paint in the bottom so that when you do put the water in, oh, it's very messy. When you do put the water in, there's enough there's enough paint in there to kind of dilute the paint, but dilute it just enough so that you can still use, like the color will still come out. So a good way to use this with kids is you can do it the night before or the day before your activity is going to take place, so that they're actually in the experiment process of, do you think it'll work? Why not? What else could we do to make it different or better? So once that is done, I'm going to take it over to the sink. And add water into it. Hold on 1 second. So I added water to it, and it looks pretty milky. Doesn't really have a good color to it. So then what you do is you actually stir them up so that the color, as you can see, actually comes into the paint. The color and the water actually mix. So you would do this to all of them so that you get a nice color. You can see there, one's milky, one's not. So you want them to be really nice colors. And at this point, if you needed to add more paint, you could, or you could just leave it. And then that goes into the freezer, and then the kids can use it. And I will do a picture to show what happens to the ice cubes after they are frozen.